today's video, I'm going to marry an old dresser, a bookshelf, and a mirror in the attempt to solve a storage problem. So come along with me and let's see how this project turns out. I started out by removing the hardware from the dresser. The round knobs I'm going to save and use again, but the drawer pulls I'm going to replace them with the new updated version. Over time, these drawers had a buildup of grime and gunk, so I got out my sander and lightly sanded the drawers. This would help the paint adhere. The little bookcase required my attention. The back was made out of particle board and it had gotten wet and it was falling apart. So I just went ahead and took it off so that I can replace it with something a little bit more sturdy. After cleaning all three pieces with just soap and water, it was time to paint. For the dresser, the bookcase, and the mirror, it took 3 coats of the gray paint, making sure that it was dry in between each coat. The drawers I wanted to distress, so I put 1 coat of my gray paint. While the paint was wet, I took a paint scraper and lightly went over the top of the drawer, scraping off some of the paint. I used this distressing method because I want to go back and sand the drawer front, and if it doesn't have very much paint on it, then the wood will show through a lot easier. The top of the dresser is laminate. I could have got a special paint and painted over the laminate, but even at that, it still over time chips pretty easy. So I chose not to paint the top and embrace the wood color. And that is why I went ahead and distressed the drawers like I did so that it would tie in to the top. Now back to the drawers. Well, as I took them apart, I noticed that the bottoms were falling out, that the bottom was just a heavy-duty, almost cardboard material. So I wanted this to last, and the only way to ensure that the drawers would hold up was to replace the bottom. So here I go. For the bottom of the drawers, I had some 1/4 inch plywood underlayment that I had gotten for another project, and so I just used that. Instead of measuring each drawer, I just drew a template out of the little pieces of cardboard bottoms. All the drawer bottoms were cut, I sanded the edges so that I could slip it down into the groove of the drawers. Here's a glimpse of my measuring stick. So I tried to nail the bottom of the drawer and the back of the drawer on with my nail gun. The nails kept going on either side of that little piece of quarter plywood. So I made a template with a piece of door shim so that I could see exactly how far in to put the nail. This helped a whole lot, and I didn't have to take out as many nails as I did before. The back of the bookcase needed to be replaced. Part of it had been glued on, so that plywood was stuck onto the bookcase. I got out my handy dandy little machine and cleaned it up so that the back of the bookcase would lie flat. After giving the drawers one last sanding, it was time to put everything back together. I needed some additional lighting in that room. I found this light at Lowe's. It was around $20. It was very easy to mount. It just took 2 screws, put it in, and good to go. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video has inspired you to do an upcycle project of your own.